Now, we were supposed to be talking to the former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. He apparently is in a bad signal spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of, we'll take a quick time out. We'll see if we can get him during then. If not, we'll try and get him tomorrow. How about that? Maybe we have him. I don't know. Do we have him? Yeah, we got him. All right, well, we'll do that then. That's probably what we'll do. Let's go and talk to former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who may or may not have a bad cell signal. Welcome back, sir. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you today? It's great to be with you again.
We love having you on. Thank you very much for joining us. There's so much going on in our world. I really wanted to talk to you, particularly about the Chinese communists who have essentially said if Speaker Pelosi shows up in Taiwan, there will be a firm response. They've actually indicated it might be military. I've said this actually more than anything means she should definitely go, even if she didn't have plans.
Yeah, Simon, I think you largely have that right. Certainly once she'd indicated that she was going, you can't let some statement from a B-level diplomat walk you away from actually executing something that you think is in performance of your duty, right? She thinks she should be there, she should go. And so I think it is very important that we not allow the Chinese Communist Party to dictate what it is we will allow American leaders to do. In the same way we shouldn't let it dictate what commercial businesses were doing, what Hollywood should do, all of those things that the Chinese Communist Party has been trying to shape the way Americans live their lives. We certainly can't let the person who's third in line for the presidency be told, no, you can't come visit some other nation because we say so and we bluster or we threaten.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. And of course, she's not confirmed that she has plans to go, which is fine. But as I just said, I really believe even if she didn't have plans to go, now she absolutely must go because otherwise it looks like we're bowing down to the Chinese and we just cannot do that.
You've got it exactly right. Imagine how our allies are looking at this. We ask them all the time, right? The Chinese send ships into their waters or around their energy-producing assets, and we tell them, no, stand up to the Chinese Communist Party. Don't worry, we'll be with you. Imagine the next time we ask the South Koreans or the Australians or the Japanese to do something hard to push back against China. They'll say, well, you wouldn't even send your Speaker of the House to go visit Taiwan. We will have no credibility. We will look incredibly weak, and it'll add, frankly, to the Biden administration's serial weakness, which puts us at an awful lot of risk here at home.
You've been to Taiwan. I think I saw something that said you'd go with her.
I did. I don't agree with her on a whole lot of things very often, but when it comes to national security, it should never be partisan. So a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but the truth of the matter is I'd be happy to travel alongside her and go there and demonstrate that this matters to America, that we're not going to let the Chinese Communist Party dictate to a freedom-loving people in Taiwan which Americans can come visit their nation.
Exactly right. The BBC, changing countries and subjects, the BBC are reporting that the Ukrainians have warned Russia to get out of, I'm going to say this wrong, Kherson, or face annihilation. This is over 5 months old now, this conflict. The fact that the Ukrainians are issuing warnings like that tells us we really don't know what's going on because our media have completely lost interest.
It is the case that this was covered wall to wall for the first 60 days, 90 days, and now coming on 6 months, you hear very little of it. This is dangerous. What's still taking place there is Vladimir Putin trying his best to destroy a sovereign nation, the nation of Ukraine, their culture, their way of life, certainly to take down their political leadership and class. That's what the Russian foreign minister said yesterday. He said, we want that guy Zelensky gone. Well, he was elected by the Ukrainian people. We need to continue to provide them the tools they ask for. If they ask for weapon systems, we should provide them. If they ask for intelligence, we should assist them where we can. We should do those things that help the Ukrainians ultimately push back against Vladimir Putin. You know, these aren't disconnected in any way, Simon. What you're seeing the Chinese Communist Party do in an attempt to push around the West, push around the United States, is deeply connected to Putin's effort to do the same thing in Europe.
Right. There are a bunch of Americans there. volunteers, people. Obviously, we are not there, boots on the ground, but there are Americans with boots on the ground over there, and they're doing good work. And we've told my audiences already. My son's one of them.
Yes, I'd been told that you're someone I would bless him. I hope he stays safe, and I hope that they are effective. I know the government told Americans not to go there. It's dangerous, certainly dangerous for anyone that's in Ukraine today. But we've watched this over American history. We've watched good work done by the American people who are prepared to pitch in, where sometimes their government wasn't prepared to do the right thing. We have been too slow. We've metered out this assistance in ways that look like we're playing for a draw, like we're playing for a tie, kind of the way we did in it.
Did we lose you?
We can't.
Oh, there, you're back. We got to kind of a way we did in, and then you dropped out.
My point was that we can't allow the Ukrainians to only see us as supporting their effort to tie, right? To play to a draw.
Right.
They're ultimately going to have to be successful. They're going to have to be successful at convincing Vladimir Putin. Even if Putin stops tomorrow, even if he declares a ceasefire tomorrow, that's just a temporary pause. He is determined to do precisely what he set out to do now almost 6 months ago. We have to demonstrate that that's costly, and I'm glad that there are people who are willing to take that task on. I hope the American government will begin to take it on in a more serious way as well.
Yes, I do too. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, I do have to let you go. Hopefully you'll be back in Iowa soon and we can have a longer conversation, all right?
Simon, that sounds fantastic. Thank you, sir.
All right, you take care. Thanks for
good evening. Yes, sir.
calling in. We appreciate it.